All right. Good morning, TNT. It is Monday. I heard something about, for somebody say, or some kind of rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. Ray Rand told a bunch of people it was their last broke Saturday. So let's figure it out.
It's supposed to be.
Oh my God.
And still might be. Today is Monday.
There is that possibility. Today is Monday. It could happen, you guys, for real. So, let me update that first. We're absolutely positively looking for something on Sunday morning. Now, we were looking for it because banks were saying they were going. We were getting the information they were going. They were bringing their people in at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. So I knew it wasn't going to be first thing in the morning because that's when they were, at least one of them was bringing their people, weren't bringing them in until 7. So I know everybody wants to get in, get set up, and that's why I thought we could see it yesterday evening or afternoon, but that didn't happen either. But at least 2, 3, 4, 5 banks were telling their people they were going to go yesterday or this morning. Now, one was said they were going to start this morning, but since everybody else wanted to start yesterday, they were going to start yesterday. As we know, nobody started, period. Well, I shouldn't say period. Some people did meet, I guess, were offered SKRs. Phones started ringing. They were calling people in. Some people were offered different rates for their dinar. And they didn't take it because they knew it was too low. Or they were dumb. And they didn't take it because they knew they were being lowballed. And that's what they're going to try and do, get people excited to go in there. But we still have the possibility of it going down this week before Saturday. So we'll see if that in fact happens. The only other thing we can look at, if it doesn't, they could be waiting to vote on the reform paper or this new lending law that they want to do, which they can't do until after the 10th, when Parliament comes back. And then they said it would take 4 days to even do it because they have to do the reading twice. I don't know if that's required. It doesn't seem like it would be required for them to do the exchange rate. It may be required for what they want to do with the money after they get it, but not necessarily the exchange rate itself. Couldn't go before then. So while we're still positive, I can tell you bank employees are pissed. It was mad yesterday, and it's even worse today. Because again, they made some of them come in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They kept them from 6 to 11. They had them stay in hotels so they couldn't even go home. All that for, nothing. Which they did years ago. Remember, they used to do that all the time. Especially in Texas. And I can tell you guys, Texas didn't participate at all the whole weekend. They did not. I can tell you right now that there are people at exchange locations and people at call centers, but they're not in Texas. So, and again, I don't look at that as really as a bad thing because I know they monitor our call. I already know that. And we know that from several people and locations, and they could be holding Texas back for the very last minute. Anyways, the way I look at it, instead of everybody else going in. Plus, as I've told you several times, Texas is where this originated. It is where the servers are, and it is where the switch will be flipped at. So they can, in fact, wait for the last minute. Let me see. Over in Iraq, they're just talking about the law, the banking laws that they want to change, and the banking procedures. They've already updated people on the currency, trying to get them to bring in their last 000 notes. So not a whole lot of new news there. And the people are just waiting. They're being told it's going to happen. And again, they gave them till the 25th of October. So whatever's going on between now and the 25th, supposedly they said if it's not done by the 25th, they will be demonstrating in the streets, and it will be worse than last year. So, there we go. I'm trying to think. Did I forget anything, Ray? Ray has a race, but he's not going to tell you until you ask him, so.
No, I was going to say, let's go ahead and get the race out of the way.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting, these rates that tie in with bank stories we received over the weekend. So that puts a little bit different flavor to it. We'll start with the dinar rate. Now, this is what we're getting from some bank sources. The dinar, $16 with a contract rate of 26. Now, that coincides with one of the reports we got this weekend where a person was offered $15 SKR on the dinar and rejected it because they wanted the 28.50 contract rate. And I did learn that that one was also contingent upon leaving 10% with the bank. So we don't know that $15, $16 what the conditions are. This one particular person had a 10% offer, but the $16 rate that we're getting is there's no contingency with that, from what we understand. The dong rate, 47 cents. Contract, $2.37. That coincides with the story we received this weekend where a member turned down an SKR on the dong because it was lower than $1 and they wanted to get a better rate. The ZIM, 11 to 33, and of course that's with 0.6 zeros in front of each numeral, 11 to 33. And the rupiah, $1.28, slightly down from the 147, but still a good rate at 128. And those are the only ones that we received new rates for over the weekend. So I'm assuming the Afghani is still the same, and the other one that Tony doesn't have much faith in, the Rial, I believe it's still the same, at 360 something or whatever the last number we gave you for the Rial. Okay, that's it for the rates. What else, Tony?
All right, guys. Here's a really good thing, I think. We don't know till it actually goes live, but I was kind of excited about it, to tell you the truth, was that even though they were actually calling their people in, thinking they were going, and they said that they were taking the ZIM. They said it's going. I'm telling you, it's live. We're going with the ZIM. And other banks verified with other banks that it was in fact going. So I was kind of excited about that, but since it didn't go, let's still wait and see what happens. But they were excited yesterday that the ZIM was actually still there, supposedly live, and was going. So, big thing. All right, Ray, let's do this. I forgot to tell you. I'll talk to you earlier. Danny from Dallas called me yesterday. And he went and I was going to say he questioned my integrity or my knowledge and went to the bank and asked the bankers about sweep accounts, overnight accounts. And in doing so, one of his banking friends sent him some charts and information. All right, so he has full knowledge over the last 50 years of what the sweep account rates are in the actual process. So I'll tell you we're going to talk about that on the call. So after you do the first question, when you go to the live call, see can you find Danny, because I want to have a conversation so everybody understands it, and then they'll question it. But we'll let him defend himself as far as questioning my integrity. So go ahead.
Okay. Wait a minute. You said you want me to like skip over other people, or do you mean just find him to make sure he's there, and then when we get to him?
No. Skip over other people because they're going to have questions about what he's getting ready to say.
Oh. All right. We'll make an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Even though one or two of your friends doesn't believe that, but I'll make an exception to the rule and skip over other people.
Yes.
This time.
Yeah. But it'll benefit from it. It'll be good. It's a good conversation. Danny did his homework.
Okay.
All right. What we got?
Question.